Hey, how's it going guys? And welcome back to another tutorial on I think something that I came up with. I call it the ripping production. It's you basically ripping a card in half, and instead of turning it into two pieces, it turns into two full cards. It looks a little something like this. Now that you know what it looks like, I'm sure you want to get to the tutorial. Again, I think it's something that I kind of came up with. If it's not original, then let me know in the comments. That is the only way I will ever know any type of feedback from you guys. So without further ado, let's get to the tutorial. So to get into production, you are going to need playing cards. So go ahead and grab your favorite deck or your favorite practice deck, and let's get to it. This is not my practice deck. I just kind of want to show off decks that I have, just so you guys aren't so bored with the bicycles just all the time, and introduce you to new decks. So this is one of the decks I have. It's called Be Brave or Die Playing Cards by Dan and Dave. You can buy them on artofplay.com, which they have a bunch of decks that I love. Not sponsored, totally my opinion, just to let you know. Here's what the playing cards look like. Just very comfy, very homey playing cards. One-way design. It says venture onward and live adventurously. Due to this whole corona that we're kind of going through, don't do that. And this is what the faces look like. I'll show you what I think this is. Here's the queens, right? They're not like standard face cards. I think there's Joker somewhere. There it is. And that's what they look like. To get with the production, you're gonna need two playing cards. I will show you later on in the video how to produce these two playing cards rather than just grabbing out of the deck, squaring them in front of your spectator, and then doing it, right? Because you don't want to do that. But first I want to get you to the mechanics and basics on how to just do this. So obviously two cards, and you want to hold the double. That's what you want to do. Hold the double. Now what you want to do is all it is basically just me putting pressure on the top card, right? So it slides out, and then with my right index finger, I'm pulling so it comes out this way. So in a full slow motion, it's like that. That's what's happening. I'll do it from this view, slow motion, just like that. One more time. This back card comes out, this front card comes back. Just like that. And you have two playing cards. Now, the little subtlety here is that you're ripping it. I will present my pattern later on how I get into ripping, why I need to rip it to produce two playing cards. But for right now, just understand how this works. So again, you're just going 1, 2, and then on 3, you're just pulling like that. Obviously, don't try to do it fast in the beginning. I have yet to rip playing cards doing this because it does feel like you're ripping it when you first start out, right? When you do it quick, but you're not really ripping it. So please don't rip up your playing cards. So again, just like this. And then on that third one, just push this card out, the back card out, and the top card in. Just like that. And you have two playing cards. It is as simple as that. So go ahead and practice that, and we are going to continue on how I produce the two in an actual situation. All right, so this is how I set my routine to do the split production or the ripping production. All right, so this is what I do. This is how I set it up. I set it up with the two aces on top, but one is flipped over, and just like that. And I just leave it in the box just like that. And when I'm ready, if somebody wants to see a piece of magic or like a card trick, that's usually my go-to. I usually start off with a sandwich routine. But later on in the video, I will be giving you tips and subtleties and ideas on how you could be using the split production. But for right now, how to produce it. So They ask to see a trick, pull them out, and I'll just show, hiding that. I'm gonna show you in full motion, a full overview of how to produce it. So I take the cards out of the box, I show them, you could even shuffle them if you want. And then you're just shuffling. I'll be like, hey, I need one playing card to kind of help me out here. I'll pick an ace. So I'll pick this ace right here. Let's see if it comes out. There you go. There's my first ace. All right. Now, if I want to get my second ace, right, I need two of a kind. All right. If I wanted the ace of hearts, I could just go back into the deck and find that ace of hearts. But I don't feel like it. I'll just rip this playing card up and we'll use two cards. All right, so if you watch closely, looks something like that. And that is how I produce two aces. If you're a more advanced magician, I'm sure you already know how this is done. But still watch the video in case you miss something, because I'm gonna, again, teach nice little subtleties that you can do on taking out the aces or doing the ripping production. You want to leave one ace face up, one face down right on top. Now, if you've watched my Riffle Force video, you're essentially just forcing the card on yourself. Weird idea, right? But you're forcing it on yourself. So I just do a few swing cuts, right? While keeping that break, just like that. And I'll pull with my pinky this card out so I can lift up, put my thumb there, and now I have a break under both cards, under both aces. So it's like this. From this point on, I just force myself that card. Obviously, I don't want to go past it and show the actual ace there, because that would give everything away, right? You don't want that. So just kind of go just like that. Don't go too far. Force myself about right there. I'll pick up. Obviously, I don't want them to see this, so I kill it. I do a wrist kill. If I'm sitting down, it's kind of perfect because I could just lay it right there. Now, if you know how to do a one-handed fan here, I like to do a one-handed fan, right, just as a display. Then from here, all I'm doing is leaving my thumb here and closing the fan. And as you see, that ace rides along as I'm closing it. And it'll pop up like so. So now your situation is this. You have two packets, both like this. If you don't know, before I move on, if you don't know how to do a one-handed fan, one thing I could recommend is just doing this and then just doing that. Like, look, I could cut myself to the first ace and then cover it and then produce it. Simple as that. Nice little subtlety that I like to add. I don't think I did it in the little sample video, but one really good subtlety that you could add here is once you produce that ace, kind of move it around, kind of show both sides, and then leave it on top. So they are now fully convinced you only have one ace. Now, in slow motion, I will drop this off here. I will just casually cut right in front of them. Just like this. And now I've loaded the two aces together. Now all I simply have to do here is, if you watch my double video, get a pinky count, get that double, and I'm now ready to produce the ripping production. And then from here, just do it. You pretend to rip it, and just like that. And that's how I produce both aces, or any two of a kind that you'd like. So a few things that you can do with this, now that you know exactly how it's set up and how you can produce it and stuff like that. If you want, you can find spectators' cards. So like, let's say you control two cards to the top, let's say the two of hearts, and oh wow, that's kind of neat. So let's say one spectator pick this card, one spectator pick this card, and you've controlled both of them to the top. You can now be like, one comes up to the top, one's still somewhere in the deck, but actually one is kind of inside the card. If I rip it, I'll be able to find the other one, right? And just like that, you could do something like that. You could do what I do and use it for like a sandwich routine, produce the both aces, so you can conduct a sandwich routine. And that's really the only ideas I have for this ripping production. I don't really have anything else. If you got some ideas, definitely leave it in the comments below so I could read into it, and maybe I'll use them. Without further ado, I think that's it for today's video, so let's get to the outro. That is it for today's video. Hopefully you liked my ripping production. Again, something I kind of just came up with. Again, I don't know if it's original. If you know that it's not original, please let me know so I can give credit to the author or whoever came up with it before me. Like I say always, if you like the video, please press like, definitely helps me out. If you like the content that I'm giving, then go ahead, please subscribe. I try to post every Friday. So without further ado, I will see you guys next week. So peace and thanks for watching.